The cars that defined 1885. The year the world learned to drive. It was 1885, and the streets of Europe were alive with the clatter of hooves and the rumble of iron wheels. Cities smelled of hay and manure, not gasoline. If you wanted to travel, you relied on horses, carriages, trains, or bicycles. But deep in workshops in Germany and France, inventors were sketching, hammering, and experimenting with a radical idea: what if a machine could drive itself? 1885 would become the turning point, the year the automobile stopped being a dream and began to take shape. In Mannheim, Germany, a mechanical engineer named Carl Benz unveiled what would later be called the Benz patent motorwagon. It looked odd by today's standards: a three-wheeled carriage with spindly wheels, a wooden bench seat, and a single-cylinder engine tucked in the back. The engine displaced just 954 cubic centimeters and produced less than 1 horsepower, but it was enough to move a person faster than walking. The motorwagon wasn't just another experiment, it was designed as a vehicle for people to use, not a prototype. That's why historians call it the first true car. And while Carl built it, his wife Bertha Benz believed in it so much that she secretly took it on a 66-mile journey to prove its practicality. Without Bertha's daring drive, the motorwagon might have stayed a curiosity. Maybach, the high-speed engine. Just 60 miles away in Cannstatt, Gottlieb Daimler and his lifelong collaborator Wilhelm Maybach were working on something different. In 1885, they built the Daimler Reitwagen, often called the world's first motorcycle. It had 2 wooden wheels, a leather seat, and a revolutionary high-speed internal combustion engine mounted in the frame. Unlike Benz's slow-turning engine, Daimler's compact design could spin faster and was more versatile. It wasn't yet a practical car, but it was a proof of concept that would power the automobiles of the future. Together, Daimler and Maybach dreamed bigger. Later that same year, they installed their engine into a carriage, a precursor to the cars that would one day bear Daimler's and Maybach's names, and eventually, the Mercedes Star. The forgotten French pioneer. While Germany often takes credit for inventing the car, France had its own claim in 1885. In Rouen, Edouard Delamare de Bouteville and his assistant Léon Malandin built a 4-wheeled vehicle powered by a gas-fueled internal combustion engine. On February 12, 1884, they even patented their design, a full year before Benz's motorwagon hit the road. Their car used town gas, coal gas, stored in a tank, which made it impractical, and it suffered frequent mechanical failures. But in terms of design, 4 wheels, seats, a steering system, it looked more like a modern car than Benz's 3-wheeler. History often forgets Delamare de Bouteville, but in 1885, his experiments made France a parallel birthplace of the automobile. So why do we say 1885 defined the automobile? Because in that single year, Benz built the first practical, drivable car. Daimler and Maybach built the first high-speed gasoline engine and the first motorbike. Delamare de Bouteville showed that 4 wheels and internal combustion were possible, even if flawed. 3 different workshops, 3 different visions, all converging on the same truth: the age of the horse was ending. Imagine the stares these machines received. Neighbors called Benz's motorwagon a noisy, dangerous contraption. Farmers thought Daimler's Reitwagen was a toy. And Delamare de Bouteville's vehicle sputtered so often that locals laughed at his persistence. But these inventors weren't chasing fashion, they were pushing civilization forward. Within just 20 years, cities once ruled by horses would be filled with automobiles. By 1900, more than 8,000 cars were registered worldwide. By 1920, millions. And it all began with those fragile machines of 1885. Carl Benz's motorwagon is recognized as the first production automobile. You can still see it in museums, and replicas drive at events worldwide. Daimler and Maybach's engine became the seed of Mercedes-Benz, Maybach luxury cars, and eventually modern internal combustion design. Delamare de Bouteville remains a forgotten pioneer, but in France, historians honor his work as the true beginning of the 4-wheeled car. The year 1885 wasn't about speed records or luxury interiors. It was about bold imagination. It was about three groups of inventors in Germany and France who dared to bolt an engine to a carriage and say, "This will change the world." They weren't wrong. 1885 was the year the automobile was born, fragile, awkward, and noisy, but destined to become the most important invention of modern mobility. Like and subscribe for more fascinating automotive tales.